is busy, and it will be very busy because members are alighting from here. They are not allowed to park inside for now, and the security situation in these areas also been beefed up, and members are trying to get in within the required time because they were actually late because yesterday we saw an invitation to members to turn up in good time. By 9 a.m. we should have had this process begin. Something else, Trevor, to just let our viewers know is that the new nominee for the Deputy President position will come through this gate, the National Assembly gate, that is going to be busy in the next few minutes. Security is very tight, and we have seen these probably from last evening until now, and we are told that the nominee whose name will be tabled in the National Assembly has also been informed and is currently undergoing some briefing before showing up here to just go through that approval process that the National Assembly is supposed to undertake. So we are going to stay here and give you the details, but this is the current situation here at the National Assembly. There's some more vehicles coming in. It seems to be one of the House leadership member. Remember that there are those members who have been very crucial in terms of ensuring they're here within good time, and those are some of the officers just ensuring that they're here. There's so much traffic around this entrance of the National Assembly. There's one member there, Cheney member of Parliament, who is also waiting to get his chance to go there and of course vote, and I believe it should be a vote by acclamation. And so we are going to continue this, and I want to leave you with these live pictures of what is happening as members continue to stream in.
Thanks, Emmanuel. Emmanuel Toh there speaking to us live from Parliament precincts. You can see the members of Parliament coming in for their session that's supposed to start at 9:30. It's actually, they're slightly late as soon as ordinary sitting. Is this a wake-up call to them?
What is going to happen today is this. Parliament is convening, as was expected.
25(1)(c) and when 29(2) of the Constitution and Article 147(1) as read together with Article 131, 2C and D of the Constitution. 2. Ground 4. Gross violation of Article 161 of the Constitution on the institutional and decisional independence of judges. Ground 5. Gross violation of Article 31 and 148(5)(a) of the Constitution on the fidelity to the oath of office and allegiance. Ground 6. Serious reasons to believe that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed crimes under Sections 13(1)(a) and 62 of the National Cohesion and Integration Act. And Ground 9, gross misconduct that is incompatible with the high calling and dignified status of the office of the Deputy President and a member of the Cabinet and the National Security Council. His Excellency the Deputy President has publicly attacked and undermined the work of the National Security Intelligence Service and its officers. Honourable members, you will recall that on Tuesday, 8th October 2024, 282 members, being more than two-thirds of the members of the National Assembly, voted in support of the special motion for the proposed removal from office by impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua EGH, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, on 11 grounds. The upholding by the Senate of 5 impeachment charges out of those set out in the special motion therefore concludes the consideration of the process as provided in Article 145 of the Constitution. The House is accordingly informed. Honourable members, in furtherance to this, there is a message that is being prepared to be delivered in the next few minutes. Honourable members, the second communication is on the appointment of members to a mediation committee of the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill. Honourable members, as you are aware, on Wednesday, 16th October 2024, The House rejected the motion on consideration of the Senate amendments to the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2024. This decision essentially committed the bill to a mediation committee in accordance with the provisions of Article 112 of the Constitution and Standing Order 149. Honourable members, Article 113 of the Constitution requires that wherever a bill is referred to a mediation committee, the Speakers of the Houses of Parliament shall appoint an equal number of members from both houses to attempt to develop a version of the bill for consideration by Houses of Parliament. In this regard, honourable members, having consulted with the leader of the majority party and the leader of the minority party, I have appointed the following members to represent the National Assembly in the Mediation Committee on the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill 2024. 1. Honourable Ndindi Nyoro, CBS MP, Honourable Mary Emase MP, the Honourable Dr. John Chikati MP, the Honourable David Ocheng, CBS MP, the Honourable David Kiplagat MP, the Honourable Dr. Otienda Molo, Senior Counsel MP, the Honourable Fatuma Jeho MP, the Honourable Dr. Makali Mul MP, and the Honourable Dr. Ojambo Oundo MP. Honourable members, the aforementioned members will await the appointment of senators to the Mediation Committee for the committee to be fully constituted for purposes of commencing the mediation process. Once I receive a message from the Senate to that effect, I'll convey the same to the House. Thereafter, the Mediation Committee will embark on an attempt to develop a version of the bill for consideration by the Houses of Parliament in accordance with Article 113 of the Constitution. The House is firmly guided. Thank you. Yes, Honourable Bukose.
Honourable Speaker, Article 149 of the Constitution provides that within 14 days after a vacancy in the office of the Deputy President arises, the President shall nominate a person to fill the vacancy, and the National Assembly shall vote on the nomination within 60 days after receiving it. Honourable Speaker, recently in passing the special motion for impeachment of the Deputy President, you guided us that we required at least 233 of us, being two-thirds of the members of this House,
Order, Honourable Bukose,
to pass this motion.
And you jumping the gun?
No, I'm just seeking your guidance, Honourable Speaker,
okay,
whether we need the same threshold in this case.
Okay, go on.
So, Honourable Speaker, threshold applicable in this case, I seek your guidance following your communication from the Senate.
You are still jumping the gun.
Okay.
We have a communication from the Senate which requires no comment.
Okay.
When I give the next message, that is when you will be able to seek that clarification.
Thank you. You are guided.
Hold your horses. Next. Betty, if you have no horse, hold your mule. Hold your mule.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4.
Hold your mule.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Yes. Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements.
Yes, Honourable Wamboka.
Honourable Speaker, yesterday you guided that today morning the chairman of Education Committee was supposed to bring a response with regard to opening of more university. Kindly I seek your indulgence, Honourable Chair, so that...
Which chair?
The chair, Meli.
Yes.
So, Honourable Speaker, I seek your indulgence so that we can have that university opened. Thank you.
Honorable members, that two chairmen are directed to bring preliminary statements this morning. Honorable Meli on Moi University, and I think Raso, did I also direct you to bring something? Let's start with Meli.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I stand here to respond to your direction yesterday that indeed Moi University is in a crisis, and I take that land without paying Moi University. Truth be told. Number 3, the assets of Moi University.
Order Nabin Abuera. That general statement casts aspersions. Take your seat. Casts aspersions on the entire House. When you say one of us in this House, order members. Order. Rindikiri, take your seat. When you say one of us in this House is tilling 3,000 acres of Moi University, one of us includes the Speaker. I am not doing any such thing. Yes. I'm doing no such.
And I'll bring a statement this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you. Raso.
Na mtazamaji, karibu sana. Ile kauli ya kwamba mambo ni mengi, muda ni kidogo, imepata maana sana katika wiki hapa nchini Kenya, na baada ya kilichojiri usiku wa jana katika bunge la Senate kwa hivi sasa ni kwamba macho yote
institutions with respect to the candidate. 1, the Kenya Revenue Authority KRA. B, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission EACC. C, the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI. D, the Higher Education Loans Board, HELB. And E, the Commission for University Education. Honorable members, in a testament to the foregoing, His Excellency the President has annexed the following documents in relation to his nominee. A, certified true copy of his certificate of birth. B, certified true copy of his national identity card. C, certified copies of his university degrees and other academic certificates. D, certification of foreign university degrees by the Commission for University Education. E, passport size photograph. F, curriculum vitae and testimonials. G, confirmation of compliance with Article 137 of the Constitution from the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC. H, confirmation of citizen status by the National Registration Bureau, Office of the Registrar of Persons. I, confirmation of membership status in a political party from the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, ORPP. J, policy party membership confirmation from the United Democratic Alliance, UDA. K, Chapter 6 of the Constitution, statutory clearances on leadership and integrity from 1, tax compliance certificate, Kenya Revenue Authority. 2, Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. 3, certificate of good conduct from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI. 4, Compliance Higher Education Loans Board. And 5, Credit Report and Certificate of Clearance from the Credit Reference Bureau. In view of the foregoing, honorable members, and having perused the attached documents, I am satisfied that the candidate meets the requirements under Article 148 as read together with Article 137 of the Constitution to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President. Consequently, the nomination is properly before the House for purposes of the decision required under Article 149(1) of the Constitution. Honorable members, Article 149(1) of the Constitution suggests that upon receipt of a nomination of a person to fill a vacancy in the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, the House is required to vote on the nomination. Considering that the House is scheduled to proceed on recess at the rise of the House this afternoon, I'll convene a meeting of the House Business Committee immediately hereafter to deliberate on the next steps to be taken by the House. Thereafter, I will guide the House on the decision of the House Business Committee, and the House is accordingly guided. I thank you. Yeah, because now you are properly seized. You can put your...
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, Article 149 of the Constitution provides that within 14 days after a vacancy in the office of the Deputy President arises, the President shall nominate a person to fill the vacancy, and the National Assembly shall vote on the nomination within 60 days after receiving it. Honorable Speaker, recently in passing the special motion for impeachment of the Deputy President...
Order, Wanjala, he is on a point of order. So,
Honorable Speaker...
Yeah, order, Wanjala, what is it? Order, Honorable Shinali. Order, Honorable Shinali, will you be upstanding? You are not properly dressed. You go and dress in a proper manner and come back. Who else? Honorable Zahir. You are no. Him is a Muslim, is wearing a Friday prayer meeting. There's no problem. Shinali, go and dress up. Go on, Bukose.
Honorable Speaker, recently in passing the special motion for impeachment of the Deputy President, you guided us that we required at least two-thirds, that is 233 members, of us being two-thirds of the House to pass the motion. Honorable Speaker, is the same voting threshold applicable in this case? I seek your guidance of the matter. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Nyikal. Yes, Milemba. Honorable Shinali, retreat quietly and dress up and come back.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the business before this House is one which requires us to vote on the nomination of a person to fill a vacancy in the office of the Deputy President in terms of Article 149 of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, as is a practice before the House takes a vote on a matter, members are accorded an opportunity to debate and give their views on the business before the House. Honorable Speaker, to this end I seek your guidance on whether we shall be given an opportunity to debate on the nomination and give our views. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Wangwe.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to seek your guidance on whether this House will be required, Honorable Speaker, to undertake the vetting and approval process as required by the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act. Number two, Honorable Speaker, of my concern is that, Honorable Speaker, Article 124, particularly subsection 4 of the Constitution, provides that when a House of Parliament considers any appointment for which its approval is required under the Constitution or an Act of Parliament, the appointment shall be considered by a committee of the relevant House, and the committee's recommendation shall be tabled in the House for approval. Honorable Speaker, in your communication, you have not given us indication on how you are going to handle that process. Maybe, Honorable Speaker, you can guide me on how you intend to handle it. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Jen Kakiri. Yes, member for Laikipia.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, you've just conveyed a message from His Excellency the President on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki to fill the vacancy of the office of the Deputy President, which occurred yesterday, to fill the vacancy of the office of the Deputy President, which occurred yesterday following the conclusion of the impeachment proceedings at the Senate. Honorable Speaker, we are now here to vote on the nomination as required by the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, could you please guide the House on whether we are acting within the constitutional deadline, and is it in order for the nomination to happen today after receiving the notification from the President today? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
With those clarifications sought by members after the House Business Committee meeting, honorable members, I will now require the Deputy Speaker to come to the chair and carry on with the proceedings. Members of the House Business Committee, move to room 9 for a meeting, whereafter we will resume the proceedings of the House. And I'll guide the issues raised by Honorable Pukose, Jane Gakiri, Wangwe, and Omboko Milemba at the next resumption. Yes, what's your point of order, Honorable?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to join my very good friend, the Honorable Pukose, in seeking your direction, Mr. Speaker, with regard to Article 149 of the Constitution on the appointment of and approval. Mr. Speaker,
the words of the Constitution are very clear.
Yes.
It is appointment and vote.
And vote. I agree.
Approval is not used.
Yes, not used, Mr. Speaker.
On this article.
Mr. Speaker, you know, this Constitution we are borrowed heavily from the U.S. Constitution. The 25th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which was passed in 1967, has a similar provision that provides that a vice president shall be appointed, shall be nominated by the president and approved by a vote by the House. It uses the words confirmation, Mr. Speaker. Previously in the United States, Mr. Speaker, before the 25th Amendment, there was no similar provision. In fact, there was in the past, before 1967, there was a cumulative of 37 years when there was no vice president, when one either passed away or one was appointed as became the president. And so, Mr. Speaker, we would like you to express yourself with regard to this issue. What is the threshold? On the removal of the deputy president is 2/3. So is the approval or by vote of the deputy president 2/3? Because it's not provided in the Constitution.
Honorable Chepkonga.
Yes.
If you are paying attention, you are saying exactly what Bukose said.
Oh, and
you are
out.
Sitting next to him.
No, I walked out, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
I walked out. So
word for word, what you are asking me to say.
He has stolen from me, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Yes, Wamboka. DK, if you want to catch the Speaker's eye, there's no provision for you to stand up. You sit and I'll give you. Yes, Wamboka, member for Bumula.
Honorable Speaker, as you are aware, Article 118 of the Constitution requires this House to facilitate public participation in its legislative and other business of the House. Honorable Speaker, the issue of public participation is a sensitive matter which has often attracted debate and court challenges. Indeed, our recent experience in considering the special motion for removal of the Deputy President made us even appreciate better the need for public participation. Honorable Speaker, with this in mind, please guide this House on whether we shall be expected to conduct public participation in voting for the nomination to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President.
Thank you. DK.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm rising on a point of order, still on the same issue that I need your guidance. Looking at His Excellency the nominee, we just vetted not more than 2 months ago, and that implies not more than 6 months ago. And the questionnaire that is expected is still the questionnaire that we used. Why don't we use the same motion and we use the same output and we just put the motion and we put the question and we finish today? Thank you.
Daud. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's great that Honorable KITHURE Kindiki has been nominated by the President. My question is, Mr. Speaker, will IEBC have to be involved as the same was done during the election, or it is not a factor in this case? While I congratulate KITHURE Kindiki for nomination.
Donya, what is it?
Mr. Speaker.
On the same issue?
Yeah, on the same issue.
Go ahead.
He's saying that we use the same questionnaire that he used as the interior for the position of the Deputy President. He's incorrect because you cannot use the same questions when it is a different docket. He's out of order.
Thank
Mr.
you for
Speaker.
helping the Speaker. Yes, Member for Langata. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Having seen how things move very fast in this House, let me take this opportunity to congratulate the newly appointed Deputy President.
Order, Jalango. He has not been appointed, he has been nominated.
I've just said how things move very fast here, sir. Let me congratulate him. Let me be the first person to congratulate the newly elected Deputy President. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You can come now. Eh? No, come and take the seat. Yes. Honorable members, we'll end this here. I'll make some reasoned direction on those issues raised. I will now ask all members of the House Business Committee, Kainan and your team, to move to room 9 for a meeting. And the Deputy Speaker will go on with the statements. I had not given direction on the member for Moyale's statement. It's committed to the committee responsible and to bring a response in 2 weeks.
Na asante sana pale studio. Ni kwamba tunatarajia mkutano huu ambao unaendelea kwa faraga kwa sasa ukamilike kwa dakika chache zijazo, takriban dakika 30 hivi. Tumeweza kujulishwa na baadhi ya wale ambao wako kwenye mkutano huu. Kumbuka mkutano huo ni mkutano wa viongozi ndani ya bunge la taifa, akiwemo Spika wa bunge la taifa Moses Wetangula, kiongozi wa wengi katika upande huo katika bunge hilo Kimani Ichung'wah, pamoja na kiranja wa wengi katika bunge hilo Silvana Sosoro, na baadhi ya viongozi wengine ambao wako chini yao. Na upande ule mwingine wa viongozi wa upinzani tunaye kiongozi wa wachache katika bunge la taifa ambaye atakuwa pia anaongoza shughuli hiyo, pamoja na wasaidizi wake ambao pia watakuwa wanajaribu juu chini kuhakikisha kwamba mkutano huu unakamilika kwa muda unaofaa ili kupisha nafasi ya kwanza kupiga msasa na kuchunguza jina hilo la Profesa Abraham Kithure Kindiki kama naibu rais wa tatu wa taifa la Kenya. Kumbuka kwamba tumekuwa na wawili, rais wa sasa William Ruto, naibu rais aliyekuwa ambaye ni Rigathi Gachagua, pamoja sasa na ambaye amependekezwa Kithure Kindiki kuchukua nafasi hiyo. Kwa sasa usalama umeimarishwa ndani na nje ya bunge. Maafisa wa polisi wamepiga doria hapa kutoka asubuhi na wamehakikisha kwamba hakuna ambalo linaenda mrama hapa, na hii imekuwa taswira tangu asubuhi na tumetarajia kwamba hali hii itakuwa inaendelea hivyo hadi wakati ambapo Kithure Kindiki atakapokuwa nafika hapa. Tangu asubuhi wale wabunge hawajaruhusiwa kuingia na magari yao ndani ya majengo ya bunge kwa sababu za kiusalama. Ni safari ya kwanza, mara ya kwanza ambayo nashuhudia hilo kufanyika. Nadhani ni kuhakikisha kwamba mambo yote yanaenda kulingana na mpangilio, na pia sisi kama wanahabari tumezuiwa kukaribia zaidi ndani ya bunge kama ambavyo tumezoea kila siku kukaribia zaidi, lakini kwa sababu za kiusalama hali hiyo haiwezekani leo. Na tunatarajia kwamba Kithure Kindiki ambaye sasa ni ambaye amependekezwa kuchukua nafasi hiyo ya naibu rais atakuwa anafika hapa akiwa chini ya ulinzi mkali. Tunatarajia kwamba kutakuwa na magari kadhaa ambayo atakuwa anamsindikiza hapa, zile pikipiki ambazo pia hushuhudiwa wakati naibu rais mteule anapochaguliwa. Na kwa sasa ni wengi tu wanaendelea kukaribia, na tuna wabunge zaidi ambao wanajaribu kutafuta nafasi ya kuja kutoa maoni yao, kwa sababu kwa sasa shughuli ambazo zinaendelea ndani ya bunge si zile za kuondolewa kwa Gachagua. Kuna mbunge wa Butere Tindi Mwale hapa ambaye anataka tu kutoa maoni yake. Mheshimiwa, unaona vipi kuhusiana na chaguo hilo la Kindiki? Unaona ni mchapakazi ama rais amegonga nje?
Mimi naona rais amefanya vyema, kwa sababu ukiangalia vile Profesa Kindiki amefanya kazi akiwa waziri wa usalama, na ukiangalia pia vile amekuwa akijihold kama maneno ya Kenya kuwa moja, mimi naona rais amefanya vizuri. Najua Profesa Kindiki atafanya kazi vyema na ataangalia vile katiba inaongea, hata kuwa na maneno ya kuongea maneno ya kikabila ama ile ambayo anakaa kama anadharau rais ama anadharau viongozi. Hiyo najua yeye hatazingatia, lakini ataunganisha Wakenya.
Okay. Wakati mkutano ule utakapoisha ndani ya kamati ile maalum ama ile jopo ya wabunge ama viongozi wa ndani ya bunge, tunatarajia shughuli ichukue muda gani mtakapopewa ile taarifa kutoka kwa spika?
Inalingana ni masaa mangapi tutaelewana ili tuongee ile debate. Kwa hivyo wabunge wakielewana masaa machache, basi kura itapigwa tu ile unanimous vote.
Asante. Yeah. Asante mheshimiwa. Wewe mheshimiwa Butere Tindi Mwale. Kuna wengine zaidi hapa, mheshimiwa Jafet Nyakundi, mbunge wa Kitutu Chache North. Tueleze tu maoni yako, unasemaje kwa kifupi sana kwa sababu ya muda?
Asante sana. Leo hii hapa bungeni jina la naibu wa rais mpya limeletwa Profesa Kithure Kindiki, na tunaamini ya kwamba hivi sasa spika na lile jopo lake la spika limetoka kidogo kuonelea vile ambavyo tutaanza kupigia msasa hili jambo. Na sisi tunataka kushukuru Rais William Ruto kwa sababu ametupa mtu ambaye ni mkakamavu, mtu msomi, mtu ambaye anaweza kuunganisha Wakenya, kwa sababu tulikuwa na shida hapo awali, kwa sababu tulikuwa na naibu wa rais ambaye hawezi kuunganisha Wakenya, ambaye alikuwa anashughulikia mambo ya sehemu fulani ama eneo fulani. Lakini sasa tunashukuru kwa sababu Rais William Ruto ametupa mtu ambaye tunajua ako na ile experience kwa maneno ya siasa, ako na experience katika kazi yake, na sisi tunasema a doctor has met a professor, na tunajua nchi yetu ya Kenya itaweza kusonga mbele katika masuala ya maendeleo, masuala ya uchumi na masuala mengine, kwa sababu hawa ni watu ambao wamesoma vizuri na ni watu ambao wanaweza kuunganisha Kenya. Kwa sababu jambo la muhimu sana ni tulikuwa tunataka mtu ambaye anaweza kuunganisha Wakenya katika sehemu zote za nchi yetu ya Kenya, na tunaamini ya kwamba Profesa Kithure Kindiki, Abraham Kithure Kindiki ataweza kuunganisha Wakenya, na sisi kama bunge tutapitisha hilo jina by jioni, kama ni kesho tuweze kumwapisha ili Kenya tuweze kusonga mbele.
Asante sana mheshimiwa. Na naibu rais yuko hospitalini, unamtakia vipi?
Naibu rais kama kweli yuko hospitalini,
aliyekuwa naibu rais
naibu rais aliyekuwa former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua, tunasikia ako hospitalini, tunamuombea mema, tunamuombea Mungu aweze kumponya ili amalize kutoka pale, arudi katika zile kazi zake kule Mathira constituency, aweze kufanya kazi yake katika Mathira constituency, lakini tunamuombea mema na Kenya itaweza kusonga mbele bila yeye.
Asante. Naomba nipate maoni kutoka Mlima Kenya, mbunge wa Mbeere North Geoffrey Ruku, atuambie tu kwa haraka mheshimiwa, maoni yako kwa kifupi tu.
Tunashukuru Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya kwa kuchagua Profesa Kithure Kindiki kuwe ndiye atakaria kiti ya naibu wa rais. Hilo jina tumelipata pale bungeni, na ni wakati sasa wa Kenya wote kuungana, na tunajua ya kwamba Profesa Kindiki yako na uwezo ya kuunganisha Wakenya, kuunganisha watu yote ya Wakenya ili Kenya yetu iweze kuendelea vizuri. Kwa hivyo tunatoa shukrani na pia tunampongeza Profesa Kithure Kindiki kwa hiyo nafasi ambayo ametunukiwa na Rais wa Jamhuri yetu ya Kenya.
Asante sana. Huyo ni mheshimiwa Geoffrey Ruku kutoka eneo bunge la Mbeere North. Kumbuka kwamba Kindiki anatoka katika eneo la Mlima Kenya Mashariki, na kumekuwa na siasa kwamba Mlima Kenya Mashariki haingekuwa na kura za kutosha kupata naibu rais, lakini hilo limetukia leo na kwamba ni sherehe upande wao. Kaunti za Embu, Tharaka Nithi na Meru ziko kidedea, na baadhi ya wabunge kutoka eneo hilo wanaendelea kupokea taarifa hizi kwa shukrani nyingi. Kwa hivyo tutakuwa hapa kupa baadhi ya maoni zaidi kutoka kwa wabunge, na tutakuwa tunakupasha wakati ambapo Kindiki ama naibu rais ambaye amependekezwa atakapokuwa anafika hapa chini ya ulinzi mkali na kuingia ndani ya bunge kupata kusailiwa na kupata kupigwa msasa na wabunge wale na kupitishwa jina lake kama atapitishwa na wabunge wale, na pia taarifa ile kutoka kwa spika kuhakikisha ama yale mapendekezo ambayo wabunge wameibua yatakuwa yanachukuliwa. Kwa hivyo ni hayo tu kwa sasa. Kwako studioni Rashid.
Na shukran sana Emmanuel To kwa taarifa hiyo. Anasema kwamba leo tofauti na kawaida ni kwamba magari ya wabunge hayajaruhusiwa kuingia ndani ya majengo ya bunge. Unashukishwa, unaingia bungeni kwenda kufuata kupambania taifa letu la Kenya katika shughuli za ujenzi wa taifa. Lakini kwa hivi sasa katika ile kikao cha faragha ni spika anaendelea na ile kamati ya shughuli ya bunge, ila naibu spika kwa bungeni kuendelea na kile ambacho kinaonekana kujitokeza ni kwamba huenda mambo mengi yakafanyika pindi ambapo kamati itamaliza shughuli yake na tukapata mwafaka wa kuhusiana na jina ile ambalo limeweza kuteuliwa katika siku ya leo. Lakini upande wa pili nao kuna ndugu zetu ambao wamefika mahakamani wakitaka kwamba yale ambayo yanaendelea upande wa pili yaweze kusitishwa. Pia tuna jicho kule, tuna macho kule, tutakuwa tunaangalia kijiri lolote, tutakufahamisha mtazamaji. Kwa sasa tuelekee maeneo ya Nyeri ambapo kama Mwangi tuko naye. Jana walisema waliwasema, usiku wakapata walioyapata Wakenya wengi katika runinga. Je, wakazi wa Nyeri wameamka na maoni gani? Kama Mwangi.
Na asante Rashid, na hapa katika kaunti ya Nyeri tumerauka na hali ya maoni kinzani. Hapo asubuhi tuliweza kuzungumza na kati ya wakazi ambao walionyesha ghadhabu yao na maamuzi ya seneti usiku wa kuamkia leo. Na kwa sasa tumekuwa na wafanyabiashara, wanasiasa na kati tu ya wale ambao huhusika pakubwa katika ile day to day running ya kaunti ya Nyeri kama unaweza kusema vile. Na nitakuwa nazungumza nao, kwanza tupate hisia zao kwa kuteuliwa kwa Kithure Kindiki ambaye amekuwa ni waziri wa usalama wa ndani kuchukua ile nafasi ya naibu rais mtoto wao hapa katika kaunti ya Nyeri. Huyu anaitwa Dhuo Mathenge, ni mmoja kati ya wafanyabiashara wakubwa sana. Kwa majina unaitwa nani? Tueleze tu hisia zako kwa kuteuliwa kwa Kindiki.
Asante sana, majina yangu mimi naitwa Dr. Dhuo Mathenge. No aguko. Amen. Mimi niko hapa siku ya leo nikisema nimesikia Kindiki majina yake imepelekwa bungeni na bunge iko ina mjadala wa kupitisha Kindiki. Ile kitu mimi nataka kusema siku ya leo, the president, it is the prerogative of the president to elect his running mate, his deputy president. Kindiki ni wa Mount Kenya. Mimi sitaki tuwe na vita kati ya Mount Kenya East na kati ya Mount Kenya West. Sisi yote tumeuliza, watu yote wapendane. Kama ni Kindiki atapitishwa, sisi tunauliza Kindiki akipitishwa naye ndugu yetu Rigathi Gachagua apatue right yake ya justice in the courts. Kwa hivyo sisi hatuna ubaya na vile Kindiki akiwa deputy president.
Na pengine unaweza kutueleza mlipokea vipi habari za kubanduliwa kwa naibu rais siku ya jana?
Kubanduliwa kwa deputy president Rigathi Gachagua ilitushika na moyo yetu, tukasikia uchungu sana. Tukaona huyu mtoto yetu alikuwa anaongeaga ukweli kila wakati. Na tukasema kwa sababu mambo imefanyika hiyo, na yeye hata ameshukuriwa akawa mgonjwa, tunasema pole kwa familia yake. We are wishing him a quick recovery. Sasa sisi tunasema yeye asikuve roho. Mungu wako pamoja na yeye. Ameona mambo mengi tangu alisaliwa. Hata wai anaona hii itakunja iishe na atembee kwa njia inayofaa.
Sauti ya mama, kwa majina tu unaitwa nani? Umeweza kusikia zile kuteuliwa kwa Kindiki. Semi zako.
Kwa majina naitwa Anne Wanjogo. Kuteuliwa kwa Kindiki tumekubaliana nayo kwa sababu uteuzi wa president kupeleka jina yake katika parliament, we are okay na uteuzi wake, lakini tunaomba hii maneno haikutuchika vizuri kama wafanyabiashara. Everybody was shocked kusikia Rigathi Gachagua ametupwa nje, and tunaomba nchi yetu muwe na amani kila mahali, tukianzia na Nyeri kwenye Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua alikuwa ametoka. Tunaomba watu wote, wafanyabiashara, watu wa serikali, kila mtu awe na amani kwa sababu nchi ni yetu na hatuwezi acha hii nchi. Kwa hivyo sisi sote tuwe na amani kama wakaaji wa nchi yetu ya Kenya. Asanteni.
Kabla kuelekea Machakos, nataka tuzungumze na wewe kwa kifupi tu. Mko viongozi wa kikanisa, maoni yenu kuhusiana na yale ambayo yametukia?
Maoni yetu kama kanisa, kile ningetaka kusema ni kwamba ni right ya president kuchagua yule anataka, na kubaduliwa si lazima iwe ya kwamba mtu atakaa katika uongozi. Lakini kile kitu tunaomba ni kwamba sisi ni wa Kenya. Tusiwe tukisema sisi ni Waluo, wa Kikuyu, wa nini. We are Kenyans. Na kama sisi ni wa Kenya, tukae kwa amani, tupendane. Kuna kile wale waliona. Tunaamini ya kwamba waliongozwa na Mungu, na pia kusikilizana si mara ya kwanza. Hata katika Biblia kuna watu walikosa kusikilizana na mtu akaenda vyake. Kwa hivyo president ana jukumu lake la kuchagua yule anaona anastahili, na kwa sababu ameona ni Kindiki, so be it. Kile ninaomba kanisa ni kuomba mapenzi ya Mungu ifanyike katika nchi yetu. Lakini wherever you go, ukienda kila mahali, you are a Kenyan. Na sisi kama Nyeri tunasema sisi wote ni wa Kenya. Wale wote wako.
Kilichomfika Gachagua, sekunde kidogo.
Kiripko, unajua shida ile nilikuwa nayo, na ninaomba Mungu amponye kwa haraka. Shida ile niliona ni kama wangemhurumia kwanza atoke kwa hospitali, lakini ikiwa ni hekima yao walitumia na kikatiba, basi itakuwa iwe ya kwamba akubali matokeo.
Asante sana. Na Rashid, ni kati ya semi za kati ya wakazi kutoka kaunti ya Nyeri. Nataka tuelekee katika kaunti ya Machakos kwa mwenzangu Enoch Musui ambaye anazungumza na wakazi wa kaunti ile ya Machakos. Musui, kama unanipata?
Naam, asante sana na kujia moja kwa moja kutoka eneo la Joska katika eneo bunge la Mavoko, ambapo tunataka kupata hisia za wananchi kuhusu wanafikiria yapi baada ya Rigathi Gachagua kubanduliwa na sasa Kindiki kupeanwa kuwa ataongoza kama naibu wa rais. Wacha tusikie maoni. Anza na jina na utuelezee maoni yako, naangalia kama.
Kwa majina ni Sylvester Akunda, mimi ni mkazi wa Joska. Kwa maoni yangu, if I can say in a small bit, everything that is happening today is as a result of a recipe mastermind in the kitchen, a political kitchen of the State House. Everything is being rushed, and we are just seeing what has been anticipated, that when Deputy Rigathi Gachagua is impeached, we saw some faces revolving around, and we have confirmed that Kindiki has been proposed. So it is as per the mastermind of the kitchen, of the political kitchen of the State House. So we don't feel like any Kenyan is represented, because it's the political front that is just revolving itself, and so we feel betrayed as a citizen of Kenya. I feel betrayed, and I see that the political angle is just rewarding themselves.
Anza na majina na utupe maoni yako.
Kwa majina naitwa Christine, mkaaji wa Joska. Langu ni kumpongeza Kithure Kindiki kwa kuteuliwa kuwa naibu wa rais. Kiti bado imebaki kwa mlima na tunashukuru kwa hayo. Asante.
Asante sana. Kwa majina naitwa Helen Kazwa Joska. What I'd like to say, I think that the last time the government promised, like when they have a president, the deputy would be a lady. So we're wondering what has happened this time. I think they should have proposed a lady to have a gender balance up there. Thank you.
Majina na wanze na maoni.
Kwa majina ni James Mutua. Kwa maoni yangu naona president hapa anjatufanyia vizuri juu alikuwa ametupromise hata waitesa president wake, but what we have seen is not good. So kama ameamua ni Kindiki, all the best. Hatuna la kusema. Thank you.
Samuel Musyoka, maoni yangu pia ni imekimbizwa sana bado kutambua naibu mwingine wa tena, na kwa hivyo tulikuwa tunafikiria kwamba itachukua muda ndiposa naibu wa rais mwingine aweze kuteuliwa. Kwa hivyo ni kitu ambacho imekimbizwa sana, imeenda kwa muda mbio sana. Kwa hivyo tulikuwa tunatarajia bado ichukue muda kwanza tuweze kuteuliwa naibu wa rais mwingine mpya. Shukrani.
Naam, hao ni maoni tofauti kutoka kwa wananchi katika eneo la Joska ambao wanaona ni kama hii exercise imekimbizwa sana na wangepewa muda ndio Wakenya wawajibike na wapeane maoni yao. Kutoka eneo la Joska katika eneo la Mavoko, kaunti ya Machakos, mimi ni Enoch Musui.
Naam, shukran sana Enoch Musui. Na bado mtazamaji, itakuwa tunakwenda kwa wanahabari tofauti, lakini kabla tuende sehemu nyingine, tutakuwa kuangalia tu kuna baadhi ya picha ambazo zitakuwa zinaenda katika kiwambo cha runinga tukiwa tunaendelea na mazungumzo. Hapa ni Javas Bigambo. Kuna mengi ambayo yanazungumzwa. Hapa ni Javas Bigambo. Kuna mengi ambayo yanazungumziwa, tukionyesha baadhi ya picha tukueleza aliyeteuliwa katika wadhifa ule wa naibu wa rais. Lakini kabla tuchukue maoni naja kwako, tumeweza kupata jina, umesikia kinachoendelea pale bungeni. Kuna mengi yanazungumzwa kuhusiana na kitendawili cha uwepo wa makamishna IBC kama ungekuwa kipaumbele, maana yake tunaambiwa kwamba stakabadhi zote zimepatikana hadi nyingine kutoka tume ile ya IBC ambayo kwa baadhi wanasema haina makamishna. Labda utuambie, wafanyikazi tu wa kawaida wanaweza kuidhinisha?
Kwanza Rashidi, niweze kumpa pongezi zangu za dhati yule ambaye amependekezwa kama naibu wa rais mpya, Profesa Kithure Kindiki, pamoja na mama wa pili wa taifa sasa, Madam Joyce Njagi na watoto wao wawili, kwa sababu sasa huu ni wakati mwafaka wa wao kama familia itapigwa darubini sana jinsi ambavyo wanatumikia taifa. Makarani na watu ambao ni maafisa wa ngazi za juu katika tume hiyo ya IBC. Kwa hivyo hakuna wasiwasi kwamba
taarifa kuwa Rais Ruto ameteua Kithure Kindiki kuwa naibu rais. Ni masuala ambayo wanasema kuwa mambo yamechemka, lakini wacha tuzungumze nao tu moja kwa moja, watueleze mengi zaidi bila kupoteza wakati. Anza utueleze kuhusiana na swala hili la kumbandua naibu rais Rigathi Gachagua. Na sasa tumeona kuwa bunge la kitaifa limepata taarifa kuwa Kithure Kindiki ndiye ameteuliwa na Rais William Ruto kuwa naibu rais. Maoni yako ni gani?
Mimi sijaona vizuri juu Rigathi hata kama alikuwa makosa, si aliomba msamaha, na mtu huwa anaomba msamaha anakosea. Akikosea mtu anaomba msamaha, akiomba msamaha huwa anakubaliwa, na akikubaliwa sawa. Lakini na hiyo harakati hiyo ya kuomba msamaha hata huyu Kindiki, hiyo ni kama ni mpango ya serikali tu. Sina siada hiyo.
Haya, sawa, safi. Nipe maoni yako kama mkazi kuhusiana na swala hili la kubanduliwa kwa Rigathi Gachagua na vile vile hii leo kuteuliwa kwa Kithure Kindiki.
Mimi nasema Kindiki kwanza, Gachagua bila alitolewa alikuwa anaongea jana mambo ya mlima sana, na hiyo sababu ilifanya Senate ikampandua. Mimi kama mkazi wa Nakuru nasema hiyo kitu iko sawa, lakini Kindiki pale Ruto asimtumie kama puppet. Anakuwa mpole sana. Ruto asikubali kutumika. Kindiki achape kazi na atuambie ukweli. Ule ukweli ambao umefichika ndani ya serikali, ambao Gachagua alikuwa anatuambia, pia atuambie.
Naam. Haya, shukrani. Wote nipate maoni tofauti kuhusiana na swala hili. Sauti yako ni gani kama mkazi wa kaunti ya Nakuru kuhusiana na jinsi mambo yanavyoendeshwa kwenye bunge la seneti hapo jana na hii leo bunge la kitaifa?
Okay, kwa majina naitwa Kibet London. Mimi ni mkazi hapa Nakuru, na kulingana na vile maneno ambavyo inaendelea hapa nchini Kenya, maneno sio mzuri vile na sio mbaya vile. Tuko fugufugu, lakini jambo la muhimu sana, kama vile wabunge waliamua kumtimua deputy president katika ofisi, pia tunataka tuone pia upande mwingine unafanya kazi, na kama hawezi fanya kazi pia tunataka hiyo sheria hiyo tu wametuonesha katika ile constitution yetu ya 2010 ya kuwa tunaweza kubandua hata huyo MP mwenye afanyi kazi. Pia sisi kama wananchi wa Kenya tuko tayari kuwabandua na kuwatoa pia wale pia hawaweza kufanya kazi katika mashinani. Kijambo lingine ni kuwa kulingana na uteuzi wa Kindiki, tunaona ya kuwa ni kama wamegawa mkate. Gachagua 2.5, Kindiki 2.5. So Mount Kenya East na Mount Kenya West pia naona kuna ile hali mzuri wanaanza kusaidika.
Asante. Naam, kama ulivyosikia ndivyo hali ilivyo. Tutazidi kupata maoni ya baadhi ya wakazi hapa katika kaunti ya Nakuru, lakini kwa sasa nitarejesha kwako Rashid uendeleze na taarifa hii ama taarifa zaidi kuhusiana na swala hili.
Naam, na Marian, na tuenda moja kwa moja katika Karen Hospital ambapo analazwa aliyekuwa naibu wa Rais Rigathi Gachagua, na ametembelewa na baadhi wanaoenda kumpa pole na kumjulia hali. Mmoja wao ni Kalonzo Musyoka.
So that is what we can say as of now. We all watched what happened in the Senate, and some of you may have seen the interview that I conducted on Citizen television, where I predicted that things were going to move very, very fast. The whole thing predetermined. I once was Deputy Speaker of Parliament, and one of the worst mistakes you can make as a legislator is to anticipate debate. The whole National Assembly anticipated the outcome of the deliberations of the Senate. But we want to thank the senators. We want to thank the
na mtoto ya radhi angavu imepiga chenga, lakini muda wote tutarudi. Amesema kwamba alikuwa kwa tabiri kwamba hali itakwenda hivi kwa ile kasi ambayo tumeweza kuishuhudia.
Tunawapongeza. Sasa leo tumepata naibu rais mpya Kithure Kindiki. Sasa ni Dr. versus Professor wafanyie sisi kazi mzuri sana. Na sasa tumeweza kuona kumbe masomo hapo mbele ni kitu mzuri. Kwa sababu mnaona saa hii rais ni Dr. Deputy wake ni Professor. Na tunaunga hao mkono kabisa kwa dhati, na tunataka kuambia sasa rais aweze tena kuteua mtu ya indiria mwenye atafanya kazi kama Kindiki, na tunatarajia kama sio mtu kama Ichungwa ni mtu kama Mandako aweze wachungwe kama PS Bitog na PS Belio wachungwe mzuri. Asante.
Tusikie sauti ya mama unaitwa.
Asante sana. Majina yangu naitwa KITHURE. Mimi ni mwanasiasa na kiongozi hapa wa Singishu. Kwanza ningependa kuambia former deputy president apone, Mungu amsaidie. Tena ningependa kushukuru Kindiki ndugu yangu na kumwomba afanye kazi vizuri na rais na waweze kuendelesha. Tena kitu ya mwisho ningependa kusema, we should now calm down na tuanze kufanya kazi. We should now start serving the people of Kenya. Kwa sababu wa Kenya wanalia sana, hakuna pesa, hawana pesa mifukoni. Kwa hivyo the president should have ways of helping common wananchi, ndio watu pia waweze calm down na kuweza kuendelea na maisha yao. Ya mwisho ningependa kuambia wanasiasa, sasa it is time to talk to Kenya and bring the whole country together. Thank you so much and God bless.
Asante. Ndugu yangu njoo hapa. Unaitwa nani kwa majina, maoni yako ni hapa?
Okay, kwa majina mimi rais kutegua Kindiki kuwa deputy president, nataka niseme kwamba
Kindiki amekuwa mwaminifu sana kwa president na kazi zake ambayo alikuwa anafanya. So challenge tu ni kwamba vile Kindiki na president wamekuja pamoja na pipe yao ni moja sahihi. Ninaomba kwamba tuweze kufeel baada ya miezi 6 tuweze kufeel services hiyo. Lakini sisi tukiwa bonde la ufa hapa tuna imani sana na Kindiki. Licha kulikuwa na changamoto mambo ya siasa, lakini sisi tumeridhika na tumeona kwamba tukiwa bonde la ufa hapa, nimeuliza watu wengi kidogo kwa analysis yangu ya 64 live, watu wamesema Kindiki anatosha na alikuwa anafaa. So inamaanisha kwamba mambo ya Mungu kila kitu iko na
Na mtazamaji, bado tunachukua maoni na pia vile tunasubiri kuangalia kama ile mwelekezi ananiambia kwamba sauti iko sawa, ngavu iko sawa, tumsikize tafadhali.
Tumefurahia uchaguzi ambao rais amefanya. Sasa tuko Kenya mpya. Kazi itaenda mbele, Kenya itabadilika. Asante.
Naam ndugu yangu. Asante sana. Kwa majina naitwa Samuel Kipozgei. Nashukuru sana kwa jambo ambalo limetendeka. Nadhani Kenya. Asante sana. Naam. Asante sana. Tendeka. Nadhani Kenya. Asante sana. Naam. Asante sana. Naam, msikilizaji, mtazamaji, vile umeweza kusikia wakazi wa kaunti ya Uasin Gishu wako hapa chungu nzima ambao wana maoni tofauti ambayo tungependa kuendelea kusikiza. Wanasema wana yapi ya kusema, lakini wengi vile umeweza kusikia wana furaha isiyokuwa na kifani. Wanasema kwamba wanaunga mkono bunge yote mbili ya Seneti na bunge la kitaifa kwa ile ambayo waliweza kufanya hapo jana kumbandua Gachagua, na wanafurahi pia kwamba Kindiki amepewa nafasi hiyo, kwani wengi wanahisi ilikuwa nafasi yake tangia mwanzo. Kutoka hapa tuelekee kule Kisii kwa Crispin Otieno. Crispin, sijui watu wa Kisii wanasema nini kuhusiana na mchakato huu?
Crispin Otieno ambaye atakatuzungumza naye kutoka.
Kwa hivyo hii ni taswira mpya ya kuonesha kwamba hii Kenya sasa hii si ya ukabila, si kabila moja linatakana liwe ni kiongozi tu. Hata kabila zingine zina viongozi, zina wasomi. Kwa hivyo hii ni taswira ambayo imechukuliwa na maseneta wangu na wabunge wangu. Nimefurahi kwa kazi nzuri walioifanya. Hapo nimewapongeza sana.
Asante. Je, mpate mwenzako majina na maoni yako labda?
Kwa majina naitwa George Ogutu. Mimi sijapokea hiyo kwa raha mwenyewe kama George. Sababu gani? Ikiwa mmeingia wawili kwa tiketi moja, mbona mbandui mwenzako miaka 5 haijafika? Wangoje miaka 5 ishe, watoke wote pamoja, na kama ni kutoka saa hii basi watoke na Ruto na wabunge wote watoke.
Inaonekana yamekwisha magika. Sasa unaona matarajio yako ni yapi sasa?
Matarajio yangu kwa sasa hivi wabunge watoke wote.
Sasa maoni yako kuhusiana na kubanduliwa kwa Gachagua na pia uteuzi wa Profesa KITHURE Kindiki? Majina mwanzo.
Majina anaitwa Vincent. Na ningependa kusema kwamba mimi nakaribisha sana huyu uteuzi wa Profesa KITHURE Kindiki kwa the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, kwa sababu Mr. Kindiki is a man whom we have known him. He was the former senator for Tarakaniti County and we know him as a lawyer. So we believe Professor Kindiki is the person who is able to unite this Kenya under one unity, not as a region as compared to Gachagua, who was ruling under the eating of shareholding.
Wewe majina na maoni yako?
Kwa majina naitwa Helis, mtoto wa kifalme kutoka Mombasa, na mimi binafsi ninasema kwamba sikuridhishwa na maamuzi ya Seneti pamoja na bunge, lakini lazima kuwe na makamu wa rais. So Kindiki kama anakuja kuwa makamu wa rais, acha pia atazame maoni ya Gen Z tulikuwa na maoni ambayo tulikuwa tumewasilisha kwa mheshimiwa rais. So na atakapokuja katika hiyo wizara ya makamu wa rais, na ninamuomba kama Gen Z tunamuomba angalie kama kuna mavijana ambao wana kazi na kazi zinakuja kwa ubinafsi, pia atazame pia upande huo.
Kwa sekunde 30 tutakuwa mwisho, tafadhali maoni sana.
I do not agree with the ruling of the Senate because ukiangalia vile walivyomhoji bwana Mutuse, he had no any substantial evidence. Na at the end Senate iliketi ikafanya voting with the absentia of the accused, who is the deputy president. So I don't agree with the ruling actually.
Asante sana. Naam, ni maoni tofauti, hisia mseto kutoka kwa wakazi hawa wa kaunti hii ya Mombasa, na nikome hapo, lakini tukiendelea na kupeleka hadi kaunti ya Kisumu ambapo Loro Otieno yupo.
Na shukran sana Mtalaki. Hapa katika kaunti ya Kisumu pia wakazi wamekuwa wakifuatilia kwa kina masala ambayo matukio yalikuwa yakiendelea katika bunge la kitaifa sawia na bunge la kiseneti, na kwa sasa uteuzi wa Profesa Kithure Kindiki kuchukua nafasi ya aliyekuwa naibu rais Rigathi Gachagua pia imeibua hisia mseto kutoka kwa wakazi wa eneo hili. Nizungumze nao moja kwa moja. Anza kwa jina na unaambie hivi ambavyo rais amemteua Profesa Kithure Kindiki kuwa naibu rais. Wewe unatarajia akiingia kule afisini akuwe ni mtu wa aina gani?
Asante sana kabisa. Kwa majina mimi naitwa Wycliffe Otieno, mimi ni mkaji hapa Kisumu, lakini tuasema kama sisi ni Wakenya wote. Sasa tuwaona kama katiba imeanza kuchukua nafasi, tunaona impeachment ya deputy president ilichukua nafasi. Lakini Kenya tunaweza omba ni kitu tu moja. Umejua kiongozi, lakini hapa kichini hajatueleza chochote venye ilikuwa imefika kiwango, kiwango imechaguliwa naibu mwenyewe. Sasa Kenya tungependa kabisa atupe magizo ili tujue angapo wanachaguana kule na nini. Sasa kama sisi wananchi tutakaa tunajua kabisa. Sisi kama Wanakenya wote tungependa tujue. Hatujaona public participation yoyote ile tujue naibu imechaguliwa mwingine. Tulisikia jana kuna naibu alitolewa. Sasa sisi kama watu wa Kenya wote tunaomba, ingawa sasa tukue na amani, tungoje tusubiri kabisa ili tupate mafanikio kama sisi watu wa Kenya wote. Malekeo
Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements.
Yes, Honorable Wamboka.
The health worker knows the homesteads in the area he or she lives in and is familiar with the language of the people. By going door to door, they are able to know the people in need of various healthcare services. Thus, they thus help in preventive healthcare. However, despite their important role, most of the workers are volunteers and, if lucky, are only paid allowances. It is therefore important to develop a framework for their recognition and regulation so that they are entrenched in the government like other professionals. This bill has been debated for the second reading, and a question will be put, and the members of parliament will decide on whether or not it should proceed to the committee of the whole. In the order of business this morning, a question will be put on the motion by Honorable Emmanuel Wangwe on the consideration of the mediated version of the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2022. And thereafter, the members will go to the committee of the whole House and discuss the consideration of Senate amendments to the Food and Feed Safety Control Coordination Bill, National Assembly Bill number 21 of 2022. Also in the order of business this morning is the second reading of the Higher Education's Loans Board Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 58 of 2022, the Parliamentary Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 5 of 2023, the Public Finance Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2022, the Political Parties Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 35 of 2022, the Parliamentary Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 48 of 2022, the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 37 of 2023. Those bills have been lined up for debate for the second reading, and they appear on the order of business this morning. There will be statements at order number 7. The Honorable Member Bernard KITHURE, the Member of Parliament for Nandi Hills, will request a statement on the kidnapping and torture of Mr. Pascalis Kosgei. The relevant committee to handle this is the Administration and Internal Security, I beg your pardon. The Honorable Member for Huisero, Honorable Christopher Seka, will request a statement on the scrapping application fees for issuance of identity cards. And the relevant committee is Administration and Internal Security. The Honorable Member for Endebess, Honorable Dr. Robert Pukose, will request a statement on the government financial assistance for students enrolled at the Kenya Medical Training College. The relevant committee is the Education Committee. The Honorable Member for Tigania West, Honorable Dr. John Mutunga, will request a statement on the utilization of pension funds for national building. The relevant committee is Finance and National Planning. The Honorable Member for Kaloleni, Honorable Paul Katana, will request a statement regarding elephant invasion at Fungo in Kaloleni. This statement will be directed to the Tourism and Wildlife Committee. The Honorable Member for Kipipiri, Honorable Wanjiku Moya, will request a statement on unmarked bums, flyover in Jambini, Kipipiri, Olkalau, Nyahururu Road, and the relevant committee is Transport and Infrastructure. The Honorable Member for Kilifi Kusini, Mheshimiwa Ken Chonga, we will request a statement from the Committee on National Administration and Internal Security, and the statement concerns kufurushwa kutoka kwa ardhi yenye mgogoro Kilifi. The Member of Parliament, Honorable Wanami Wamboka, the Chairperson, Public Investment Committee on Governance and Education, will request a statement on the current state of affairs at the Moi University. That statement will be directed to the Education Committee. If you're just joining us, any moment now, the business of the National Assembly will begin this morning of Friday, 18th of October, 2024, a special sitting that was adopted by the National Assembly to look into businesses that appear in the order of business this morning. And later in the afternoon, the members of Parliament will also sit. A number of bills have been lined up for debate, most of them for the second reading, including the Environmental Management and Coordination Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 66 of 2023, the Land Control Bill, National Assembly Bill number 39 of 2023, the Equalization Fund Administration Bill, this is a Senate Bill, number 14 of 2023, the Public Finance Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2022, and the Political Parties Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 35 of 2022. The County Government's Revenue Raising Process Bill, National Assembly Bill number 11 of 2023, is also in the order of business that will be considered in the afternoon by the National Assembly in the second of the special sittings that was approved for this afternoon. If you're just joining us, these are live pictures from the National Assembly chambers. We are waiting for business to begin. This broadcast is available on YouTube as well. You can watch it on the go, courtesy of the Parliament of Kenya YouTube channel, as well as Bunge TV on Signet. It is also available on KBC Channel 1. There is some activity at the door signaling the arrival of the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Moses Wetangula. I will now hand you over for this live broadcast of the National Assembly proceedings. My name is Edward Kabasa. Enjoy your viewing.
Waheshimiwa, tuombe. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, ambaye kwa hekima na wema wako umetoa nyadhifa za viongozi na mabunge kwa ustawi wa jamii na utawala wa haki wa wanadamu, tukusihi utazame kwa neema nyingi sisi watumishi wako ambao umeridhika kutuita tutekeleze shughuli muhimu za jamhuri yetu. Tukuomba uteremshie baraka zako sisi tuliokutanika hapa, na utujalie tuyatende na kufikiria mambo yote tutakayofikishwa mbele yetu kwa njia ya haki na uaminifu, ili utukufu na sifa zako ziendelezwe, na ili kustawisha amani, ufanisi na heri ya nchi yetu na wale ambao haja zao wamezikabidhi mikononi mwetu. Amen. We have quorum to transact business. Clerk, can we?
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, take your seats, honorable members. Dr. Mwiti, take the nearest seat. Kiplagat, take the nearest seat. Honorable members, I have 3 communications to make. 2 I'll make now. The 3rd one I'll make after 30 minutes. The first one is a message from the Senate. Pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 41-4 of the National Assembly Standing Orders relating to messages from the Senate, I wish to report to the House that today, Friday, 18th October 2024, I've received a message from the Senate regarding its decision on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, EGH, as Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Honorable members, the message conveys that the Senate investigated the matter in accordance with Article 151B and 2 of the Constitution, as read together with Article 145 and Standing Order 79 of the Senate Standing Orders, and after according the Deputy President an opportunity to be heard on Thursday, 17th October 2024, upheld the following impeachment charges against the Deputy President. Ground 1, gross violation of Articles 10(2)(a), B, and C, 27(4), 731(a) and 2B, 75(1)(c), and 29(2) of the Constitution and Article 147(1), as read together with Article 131(2)(c) and D of the Constitution. 2. Ground 4, gross violation of Article 161 of the Constitution on the institutional and decisional independence of judges. Ground 5, gross violation of Article 3(1) and 148(5)(a) of the Constitution on the fidelity to the oath of office and allegiance. Ground 6, serious reasons to believe that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed crimes under Sections 13(1)(a) and 62 of the National Cohesion and Integration Act. And ground 9, gross misconduct that is incompatible with the high calling and dignified status of the office of the Deputy President and a member of the Cabinet and the National Security Council. His Excellency the Deputy President has publicly attacked and undermined the work of the National Security Intelligence Service and its officers. Honorable members, you will recall that on Tuesday, 8th October 2024, 282 members, being more than 2/3 of the members of the National Assembly, voted in support of the special motion for the proposed removal from office by impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, AGH, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, on 11 grounds. The upholding by the Senate of 5 impeachment charges out of those set out in the special motion therefore concludes the consideration of the process as provided in Article 145 of the Constitution. The House is accordingly informed. Honourable members, in furtherance to this, there is a message that is being prepared to be delivered in the next few minutes. Honourable members, the second communication is on the appointment of members to a mediation committee of the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill. Honourable members, as you are aware, on Wednesday, 16th October 2024, the House rejected the motion on consideration of the Senate amendments to the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2024. This decision essentially committed the bill to a mediation committee in accordance with the provisions of Article 112 of the Constitution and Standing Order 149. Honourable members, Article 113 of the Constitution requires that wherever a bill is referred to a mediation committee, the Speakers of the Houses of Parliament shall appoint an equal number of members from both houses to attempt to develop a version of the bill for consideration by Houses of Parliament. In this regard, honourable members, having consulted with the leader of the majority party and the leader of the minority party, I have appointed the following members to represent the National Assembly in the Mediation Committee on the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill 2024. 1, Honourable Ndindi Nyoro, CBS MP, Honourable Mary Emase MP, the Honourable Dr. John Chikati MP, the Honourable David Ocheng, CBS MP, the Honourable David Kiplagat MP, the Honourable Dr. Otienda Molo, Senior Counsel MP, the Honourable Fatuma Jeho MP, the Honourable Dr. Makali Mul MP, and the Honourable Dr. Ojambo Oundo MP. Honourable members, the aforementioned members will await the appointment of senators to the Mediation Committee for the committee to be fully constituted for purposes of commencing the mediation process. Once I receive a message from the Senate to that effect, I'll convey the same to the House. Thereafter, the Mediation Committee will embark on an attempt to develop a version of the bill for consideration by the Houses of Parliament in accordance with Article 113 of the Constitution. The House is accordingly guided. Thank you. Yes, Honourable Bokose.
Honourable Speaker, Article 149 of the Constitution provides that within 14 days after a vacancy in the office of the Deputy President arises, the President shall nominate a person to fill the vacancy, and the National Assembly shall vote on the nomination within 60 days after receiving it. Honourable Speaker, recently in passing the special motion for impeachment of the Deputy President, you guided us that we required at least 233 of us, being two-thirds of the members of this House,
Order, Honourable Bokose.
To pass this motion.
And you jumping the gun?
No, I'm just seeking your guidance, Honourable Speaker,
Okay,
whether we need the same threshold in this case.
Okay, go on.
So, Honourable Speaker, is the same voting threshold applicable in this case? I seek your guidance following your communication from the Senate.
You are still jumping the gun.
Okay.
We have a communication from the Senate which requires no comment.
Okay.
When I give the next message, that is when you will be able to register with the clerks at the table so that everybody is voted. After the vote is cast and the results announced to the House, then we'll open to a few members who may wish to comment on the nominee that has been processed through the House. So call out order number 12.
Order number 12, voting on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya.
Thank you, honorable members. Honorable members, I have a communication to make on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Honorable members, you will recall that earlier this morning at the commencement of the sitting, I notified the House of the receipt of a message from His Excellency the President nominating Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President pursuant to Article 149 of the Constitution. You will further recall, Mutuse, take your seat. Gagusha, take a seat. Honorable members, you may further recall that upon notification of the House, several members rose in their places and raised a number of issues for my guidance. The members who spoke included Honorable Robert Bukose, Honorable Mboka Milemba, Honorable Emmanuel Wangwe, Honorable Samuel Chepkonga, Honorable Jen Gakiri, Honorable Wanami Wamboka, and others. In this regard, I convened a meeting of the House Business Committee for the purpose of deliberating on the next steps to be taken by the House on this matter and guiding the House on the issues raised by the members. Honorable members, I have distilled the issues raised by the members as follows. 1, whether Article 149(1) of the Constitution envisages an approval process in the manner contemplated by the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, Cap 7F. 2, whether the House shall conduct public participation in voting on the nomination under Article 149(1) of the Constitution. 3, whether the members shall be required to debate on the nomination under Article 149(1) of the Constitution. And 4, the timelines envisaged under Article 149(1) of the Constitution. And 5, the threshold for voting on the nomination under Article 149(1) of the Constitution. Honorable members, permit me to examine each of the issues that have been raised. The first, on whether Article 149(1) of the Constitution envisages an approval process in the manner contemplated by the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act. It's noteworthy that the Article 149(1) of the Constitution provides as follows, and I quote, "Within 14 days after vacancy in the office of the Deputy President arises, the President shall nominate a person to fill the vacancy and the National Assembly shall vote on the nomination within 60 days after receiving it." From a reading of Article 149(1) of the Constitution, it's expressly provided that the National Assembly shall vote on the nomination within 60 days after receiving it. The drafters of the Constitution distinguish the language used in Article 149(1) of the Constitution by expressly providing that the House is required to vote and not approve the nomination. Indeed, this is to be distinguished from the provisions of Article 132(4) of the Constitution, which provides that the President shall nominate and, with the approval of the National Assembly, appoint and may dismiss the Cabinet Secretaries in accordance with Article 152, the Attorney General in accordance with Article 156, the Secretary of the Cabinet in accordance with Article 154, Principal Secretaries in accordance with Article 155, and High Commissioners, Ambassadors, and Diplomatic and Consular Representatives. Members of the bar, take the nearest seats. Honourable members, in this regard, for all the state officers that I have just highlighted, the House is required to approve their nomination by the President. However, in respect to the Deputy President, Article 149(1) of the Constitution expressly provides that the House is required to vote on the nomination. It is noteworthy that the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act applies where an appointment under the Constitution or any other law requires an approval of the House. Consequently, noting Article 149(1) of the Constitution requires the House to take a vote on the nomination, the approval process envisaged under the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act does not apply in this case. The House will therefore adopt the precedent it has set on this matter, and this settles that point. Honourable members, the second issue was whether the House shall conduct public participation in voting on the nomination under Article 149(1) of the Constitution. As stated earlier, Article 149(1) of the Constitution requires the House to take a vote on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President, which is essentially an election. Honourable members, you will recall that the practice of the House, whenever it is confronted with an obligation to vote on the matter as relates to an election, the instances include election of the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, under Articles 106 of the Constitution, the members of the East African Legislative Assembly and the Pan-African Parliament, for which the House is required to vote on nominations of members to hold such positions. The practice of the House in these instances is that the House has always proceeded directly to vote without public participation. To this end, to the extent that Article 149(1) of the Constitution contemplates the House to vote upon receiving the nomination, the requirement for public participation is not applicable in this case. This settles the second issue. Honourable members, on the third issue relating to whether members shall be allowed to debate on the nomination, is noteworthy that having determined the vote contemplated under Article 149(1) of the Constitution is an election, no debate arises on a matter of election. Indeed, you will recall that in the case of the election of a Speaker of this House and the members of the East African Legislative Assembly, no debate arises. This settles that third issue. The fourth issue, honourable members, is the issue on timelines envisaged under Article 149(1) of the Constitution. You will observe that the Article 149 of the Constitution defines the period within which the President is required to nominate a person to fill the vacancy in the office of the President, office of the Deputy President, which is within 14 days after vacancy in the office of the Deputy President arises. The National Assembly is then required to vote on the nomination within 60 days after receiving it. Honourable members, from the foregoing, Article 149(1) of the Constitution defines the maximum period within which the President and the National Assembly are required to act. To this end, the President can nominate a person to fill the vacancy from the first day of the vacancy arises up to the 14th day. On its part, the National Assembly is required to vote on any day from the first day it receives a nomination up to the 60th day after receipt of the nomination. Consequently, the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, and the vote the House is required to take today on the nomination is within the constitutional timeline provided for in Article 149(1) of the Constitution. This settles that fourth issue. The fifth and final issue that was raised was guidance on the threshold for voting under Article 149 of the Constitution. It is noteworthy that Article 149(1) of the Constitution has not defined or provided for the threshold for voting for the nomination of a person to fill the vacancy of the office of the Deputy President. Article 122(1) of the Constitution provides that, except as otherwise provided in the Constitution, any question proposed for decision in either House of Parliament shall be determined by a majority of the members in that House present, and voting. Consequently, the threshold for voting on the nomination of Professor KITHURE KINDIKI, EGH, is a majority of the members in this House present and voting, as provided for in Article 122(1) of the Constitution. That final issue is also settled. Honourable members, in summary, therefore, I wish to guide the House as follows. 1, that Article 149 of the Constitution requires the House to take a vote on the nomination of Professor KITHURE KINDIKI, EGH, to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President. 2, and in this regard, the House will be guided by its previous precedents whenever it's called upon to take a vote on a matter as relates to the election of the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, and members of IALA and Pan-African Parliament. 3, that no debate arises on a matter that the House is required to take a vote. 4, that the nomination of Professor KITHURE KINDIKI, EGH, and the vote the House is required to take on the nomination is within the constitutional timeline provided for in Article 149(1) of the Constitution. 5, that the House Business Committee has resolved that the vote contemplated under Article 149(1) of the Constitution be taken today during this sitting of the House. 6, that the threshold for voting on the nomination of Professor KITHURE KINDIKI, EGH, is a majority of the members in the House present and voting as provided for in Article 122(1) of the Constitution. The House is therefore accordingly guided and may now proceed to take the vote. Clerk, can you ring the division bell for 5 minutes? Yes, Wanjala. Wanjala?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. As you have rightly said, that we will take a vote. But, Mr. Speaker, this House recognizes 3 types of voting. There is acclamation, there is direct digital voting, and then there is a vote we take by reading out the names.
Roll call.
Roll call, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
And, Mr. Speaker, when I sit in this House, we are in concurrence that Professor Kindiki is the man, is the Deputy President. Why don't we just, so that we go home, some of us want to take flights, why don't we just vote by acclamation?
Roko.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Article 149, protect me, Mr. Speaker.
Go on, I'm listening.
Article 149 of our Constitution, Section 1, as you have rightly pointed, that the National Assembly shall vote on the nomination of the nominated Deputy President. Mr. Speaker, the mood of the House is that there is no objection whatsoever as far as nomination of Professor Kindiki is concerned. Yes, we are ready with our cards to vote electronically, but Mr. Speaker, we seek your ruling and indulgence so that we can go by acclamation and we solve the matter once and for all. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Order, honorable members. Yes, Senior Counsel. Senior Counsel Otiende. Give Otiende a moment.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I know this is a serious moment in history. It is also a constitutional moment. I wholly agree with the Honorable Wanjala, Honorable Ruku, in terms of the mood of the House. However, Mr. Speaker, there are things we need to do for the record, not just for ourselves. Even as we speak, this whole process is being challenged in court. We need not allow any gap, because so far, from the start to now, we have not allowed any gap. Let us not be in a rush to allow a gap. I beseech members, let us vote electronically. It does not take time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, let's not open debate on this. Electronic voting takes less than 5 minutes. I'm sure you know this. So since the House is nearly full, let's have the division bell rung for just 5 minutes. Then we draw the bar, you log in, and we call out the vote. And the majority leader and minority leader nominate one person each to act as tellers. Then with those who don't have cards, I said, you record at the table with the clerks.
You're watching live pictures from the National Assembly, where members of parliament are preparing to vote for the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki to fill the vacancy in the Deputy President's office. Professor KITHURE Kindiki is currently serving as the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, a role he has held since October 2022, with a brief hiatus between the 11th July 2024 and 8th of August 2024, when the President dissolved his cabinet. As the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, Honorable Kindiki has led and overseen achievement of various milestones and reforms, including the Police Equipment Modernization Program, significantly enhancing the capabilities of Kenya's security services, finalization of a strategic framework to commence implementation of police reforms recommended by the Honorable Justice, as well as abolishment of the previous vetting processes for issuance of national identity cards, recognition of minority groups and stateless communities, ensuring they receive Kenyan citizenship and associated rights, and operationalization of the Public Benefit Organizations Act. These are some of the achievements of Professor KITHURE Kindiki as the Cabinet Secretary for Interior. Prior to his appointment to the Cabinet, Professor Kindiki served as the elected senator for Tharaka Nithi County from 2013. In a time he also served as the Deputy Speaker of the Senate, as well as the Majority Party's role as Senate Majority Leader. He spearheaded the legislative agenda of the Majority Party in this, and served as the leader of the Majority Party. As Senate Deputy Speaker, Professor Kindiki deputized the Senate Speaker in presiding over sittings and debates in the House of Senate and enforcing rules of procedure and parliamentary processes. Honorable Kindiki also conducted oversight roles, governance of counties, and participated in lawmaking on matters affecting counties. As an advocate of the High Court of Kenya with Legal Union, the Intergovernmental Authority on Development IGAD, the United Nations, and UN specialized agencies such as the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees UNHCR and United Nations Development Program UNDP, and practice as defense counsel at the International Criminal Court at The Hague. Honorable Kindiki has also taught law and held various administrative positions at Moi University School of Law and the University of Nairobi School of Law. He began his career as an assistant lecturer in law at Moi University immediately upon graduating with an undergraduate degree in law. He then joined the University of Nairobi as a lecturer after graduating with a PhD in international law, where he quickly rose to the head of Department of Public Law at the young age of 33 years, and then to position of Associate Dean at the age of 35. Professor Kindiki was later promoted to the post of Associate Professor of Law at Kenyatta University. He has authored 35 publications, including books, book chapters, and articles in local and international peer-reviewed journals. Honorable Kindiki holds a Bachelor of Law degree from Moi University, a postgraduate diploma in law from the Kenya School of Law, a Masters of Law degree, and a doctorate in international law from the University of Pretoria in South Africa. His professional affiliations include membership of the Academic Council on the United Nations System, the International Association for the Study on Forced Migration, the International Commission of Juries, the East African Law Society, and the Law Society of Kenya, LSK.
Take your seats. Sergeant, you may now draw the bar. Close the bar, sorry. Of course, lock the door for purpose of voting. Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Can I have a feel on how many members don't have their cards? Not many. I request respectfully members who don't have their cards to come to where civil servants sit, where they come to this house, on both sides. And you can go to either side, it doesn't matter, but get in there. Sergeant, give them way. Ingia huko. Yes. Get to this side, honorable members without cards. You can even spill to the back, no problem. You will be called. Catherine, if you have no card, move in. Yes. Member for Gatundu. Member for Gatundu, complete your journey where you're going. Order, honorable members. Move this side. Evo Barra, you also don't have your card. Come this side. Now, honorable members, the question we are voting on is on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. That is the question. Now log in. Take out your cards. Take out your cards. Log in. Jara, we are right? Not yet. Tungoje wakurugenzi wa mitambo. Catherine, you have your card? Yes, yes, I card. Yes. Who are the tellers? They're not tellers. Okay. Order. Katana, what is the problem? Tunangojea wakurugenzi wa mitambo. Joro, are we ready? Okay. Are we? Yes. Then you join this. Okay, members. Members who have logged in, now vote. Yeah, then you will record here. That's all. Yeah? Yes. Order members, don't interfere with your cards so that the system can record and count as you vote. Hold. End of voting. Vote now. Order. Joro, what's the problem? Order, members. Let's repeat. Log out. And your rules require that you vote in silence. Log out. Log in. Eh? Once you've logged in, just hold until you are told vote now. Don't vote yet. Is it malfunctioning? Kirui, is it malfunctioning? Clerk. Is it working? You're okay. You have a problem. Vote now. Vote now. Vote now. The IT man, what's the problem? Let's try one more chance. Then if it doesn't, we explore different opportunities. Vote now. Member for Kisumu, you have voted. You remain where you are. Eh? Pardon? Yes, it's done. Order, members. Order. So you remain in your seats. When the voting is going on, you remain in your seats. The three ladies go back. What's the problem? Now, for the members who didn't have their cards, you will pass one by one, and they will tick against your name. You've already voted here. Oh, very good. And yourself? You have voted? Oh, you are voting? Okay. If you have voted, take your seats. Those whose equipment malfunctioned can come to the desk here and report to the clerk. Eh? Okay, okay.
Na hawa Waislamu pia wanataka kwenda msikiti.
On the screen, but very many of you are voting manually, so you are not part of the 150.
Good afternoon. You're watching live pictures from the floor of the National Assembly, where members are currently voting on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki to fill the vacancy in the Deputy President's office. The professor was nominated today by the President to fill up that position, which fell vacant following the removal from office of the previous holder. And Professor Kindiki is currently serving as the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, a role he has held since October 2022, albeit also for a small or a brief hiatus between July 11th and August 8th, 2024. The Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration has served under different capacities, among them the Deputy Speaker of the Senate, the Senator for Tharaka Nithi County, and is currently serving as the Interior Cabinet Secretary. As an advocate of the High Court of Kenya with legal experience spanning over 24 years, Professor Kindiki has consulted for various international organizations, among them WTO, that is the World Trade Organization, the African Union, the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, the United Nations, and UN specialized agencies such as the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and United Nations Development Program UNDP, and practiced as defense counsel at the International Criminal Court at The Hague. He has also taught law and held various administrative positions at Moi University School of Law and the University of Nairobi School of Law. He began his career as an assistant lecturer in law at Moi University, immediately upon graduating with an undergraduate degree in law. He then joined the University of Nairobi as a lecturer after graduating with a PhD in international law, where he quickly rose to the head of Department of Public Law at the age of 33 years, and then to position of Associate Dean at the age of 35. Professor Kindiki was later promoted to the post of Associate Professor of Law at the Kenyatta University. He has authored 35 publications, including books, book chapters, and articles in local and international peer-reviewed journals. Honorable Kindiki holds a Bachelor of Laws degree from Moi University, a postgraduate diploma in law from the Kenya School of Law, a Master of Law degree, and a doctorate or PhD in international law from the University of Pretoria in South Africa. His professional affiliations include memberships to the Academic Council on the United Nations System, the International Association for the Study on Forced Migration, the International Commission of Jurists, the East African Law Society, and the Law Society of Kenya. In a couple of
Honorable members, take your seats. Stop what you are doing, clerk. Honorable members, Hassan. Order, honorable members. Honorable members, taking the cue from the submission of Senior Counsel Tienda Molo, whatever you do must be a record, must be impeccable, and must speak for itself. I'm advised by the clerk that the electronic voting system is malfunctioning, and that even after you voted, the numbers are adjusting themselves upwards and downwards. Consequently, I direct that vote electronically is cancelled and annulled, and we'll do a roll call vote. Clerk, majority and minority leader, give me one teller each. Bukose, and who else? Bukose and Junet. Who? Okay. Bring to who? Zamzam. Yes. And who else? One more. Who? Owino. Martin. Okay, honorable members, once again, the vote is on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy of the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Clerk, you can start. Remain in your seats, remain silent. We can do this very quickly.
Be ready? Tell us what you say. Ready? Ready? Ready?
Ainabkoi, Chepkonga Kiprono Samuel. Ainamoi, Langat Benjamin Kipkurui. Ainamoi, Langat Benjamin Kipkurui.
Not present.
Aldai, Kitani Marian Jebet. Alego Usonga, Atandi Samuel. Alego Usonga, Atandi Samuel. Awendo, Owino John Walter. Bahati, Mrembo Irene Joki. Balambala, Shurie Abdi Omar. Baringo County, Sergon Florence Jamatia. Baringo Central, Joshua Kandie. Baringo North, Magilap Joseph.
Yes.
Baringo South, Charles Cameron. Belgut, Nelson Koech. Bobasi, Innocent Obiri. Bobasi, Innocent Obiri. Bobasi, Innocent Obiri. Bamachoke Borabu, Obadia Nolfason. Barongo. Bomachoge Chache, Alpha Miruka Ondieki. Bomet County, Chepkorir Linet. Bomet Central, Richard Kilel. Bomet East, Richard Yegon. Bonchari, Charles Onchoke. Bonchari, Charles Onchoke. Bondo, Gideon Ochanda. Bondo, Gideon Ochanda. Borabu, Patrick Osero. Budalangi, Sauti Bita Wanjala. Bumula, Nelson Jack Wamboka. Bumula, Nelson Jack Wamboka. Bungoma County, Catherine Nanjala Wabilianga. Bungoma County, Catherine Nanjala Wabilianga. Bura, Ado Kuno Yakub. Bura, Ado Kuno Yakub. Bureti Kibet Komingoi Kirui. Busia County, Catherine Omanyo. Butere, Nicholas Tindi Mwale. Nicholas Tindi Mwale. Butula, Joseph Oyula. Butula, Joseph Oyula. Buri, Muruidhania Rindikiri Mugambi. Central Imenti, Moses Nguchine. Changamwe, Omar Mwinyi. Chopalungu, Victor Koech. Chopalungu, Victor Koech. Cherangani, Patrick Simiu Barasa. Chesume, Paul Biego. Chuka Iganga Ngombe, Ntuiga Patrick. Dadab, Farama Alim. Dagoretti North, Beatrice Elachi. Dagoretti South, John Carey. Eldama Ravine, Musa Sirma. Eldas, Adan Kenan. Elgeyo Marakwet County, Jepto Ngeleche. Embakasi Central, Major Dong Gadiro Benjamin. Embakasi Central, Major Dong Gadiro Benjamin. Embakasi East, Babu Owino. Embakasi East, Babu Owino. Embakasi North, James Gakuya. Embakasi North, James Gakuya. Embakasi South, Julius Mawade. Julius Mawade. Embakasi West, Mark Samuel Mwenje Mureithi. Mark Samuel Mwenje Mureithi. Embu County, Double N Pamela Njoki. Mgwen Lelmengit Joseph Kipto. Mgwen Lelmengit Joseph Kipto. Emuhaya Omboko Milemba. Emurodikil Johanna Ngeno. Enebes Kukose Doctor. Fafi Farah Sala Yakub. Funyula Wilberforce Oundo Ojambo. Galole Said Buya Hiribai. Galole Said Buya Hiribai. Said Poster. Ganze Kenneth Charo Tungule. Charo Kenneth Charo Tungule. Garissa County Udgon Amina. Garissa Township Major Deko Baro. Garsen Ali Wario Guyo. Garsen Ali Wario Guyo. Katanga Mureu Wakili. Gatondo North Njoroge Kururia. Gatondo North Njoroge Kururia.
Yes, Ukokule, yes.
Gatondo South Gabriel Kagombe. Gatondo South Gabriel Kagombe. Gem Elisha Odhiambo. Gichugu Robert Gedenji Gichimu. Gilgil Mother Wangari. Githunguri Gadhoni wa Muchomba. Githunguri Gadhoni wa Muchomba. Hamisi Charles Gimose. Hamisi Charles Gimose. Homa Bay County Bensuda Joyce Otieno. Homa Bay Town George Peter Kaluma. Igembe Central Daniel Kili Karido. Igembe North Taitumu Mnaiba Julius. Igembe South John Paul Mwirigi. Ijara Abdi Ali. Ikolomani Bernard Shinali Masaka. Yes. Isiolo County Mumina Bonaya. Isiolo North Joseph Samal. Isiolo South Tubi Bidu Mohammed. Tubi Bidu Mohammed. Jomvu Badibadi Twalib. Jomvu Badibadi Twalib. Juja Koimbori George. Juja Koimbori George. Kabete Gidhua wa Mashukuru. Kabondo Kasipul Ivo Bara. Kabuchai Joseph Kalasinga. Kabuchai Joseph Kalasinga. Kacheliba Lote Titus. Kacheliba Lote Titus. Kaiti Joshua Kimilu. Kaiti Joshua Kimilu. Kajiado County Lea Sankaire. Kajiado Central Elijah Memusi. Elijah Memusi. Kajiado East Kakuta Maimai. Kajiado North, Ngogoyo Onesmus. Ngogoyo Onesmus. Kajiado South, Parashina Samuel Sakimba. Kajiado South, Parashina Samuel Sakimba. Kajiado West, Sunkuya George. Kakamega County, Elsie Muhanda. Kaloleni, Paul Katana. Paul Katana. Kamukonji, Abdi Yusuf. Kandara, Njogona Chege. Kandara, Njogona Chege. Kandui, John Makali. Kangema, Peter Kihongi. Kangema, Peter Kihongi. Kagundo, Fabian Chule. Fabian Chule. Kapenguria, Samuel Moroto. Kapsaret, Oscar Sudi. Karachuonyo, Andrew Okwome. Kasarani, Karauri Ronald. Karauri Ronald. Kasipul, Charles Were. Kadhiani, Robert Mbui. Keio North, Adams Kipsanai. Keio South, Gideon Kimayo. Kericho County, Beatrice Kemei. Keses, Julius Ruto Kipleting. Wisero, Christopher Aseka Wangaya. Kiamba, John Njogona Kawanjiku. Kawanjiku. Kiambu, John Machua. Kiambu County, Ann Wamuratha. Kibra, Peter Orero. Kibwezi East, Jessica Mbalu. Jessica Mbalu. Kibwezi West, Mwengi Ekomas Mutuse. Kieni, Njoroge Wainaina. Kigumo, Joseph Munyoro. Kiharu, Kiharu, Samson Dindi Nyoro. Samson Dindi Nyoro. Kikuyu, Kimani Ichungwa. Kikuyu, Kimani Ichungwa. Kikuyu, Kimani Ichungwa.
Kilgoris, Sunkuli Julius Lekaken. Kilgoris, Sunkuli Julius Lekaken. Kilifi, Kilifi, Mwanyanje Gertrude Mbeyu. Kilifi North, Baya Owenya. Kilifi South, Kiti Richard Ken Chonga. Kilome, Thaddeus KITHURE Zambia. Kimilili Mutua Didmas Wekesa Baraza.
Kiminini Bisau Morris Kakai. Kinango Rai Samuel Gonzi. Kinango Tuku Zakari Kwenya. Kipipiri Wanjiku Mohia. I repeat, Tuku Zakari Kwenya. Thank you. Kipipiri Wanjiku Mohia. Kipkelion East Joseph Kimutai Cherorot. Kipkelion West Hilary Kiplangat Koske. Kirinyaga Jane Jerry Maina. Kirinyaga Central Joseph Gashoki Getari. Kisauni Rashid Juma Bedzimba. Kisii Donya Doris Aburi. Okay. Kisumu Ruth Odiambo Odinga Busia. Kisumu Central Joshua Odongo Oron. Kisumu East Shakil Ahmed Shabir Ahmed. Kisumu West Rosa Akinyi Buyu. Kitui Irene Mudhoni Kasalu. Kitui Central Makali Benson Mulu. Kitui East Nimrod Mbithuka Mbai. Kitui Rural David Mwalika Mboni. Kitui South Rachel Kaki Nyamai. Kitui West Edith Vethi Nyenze. Kitui Chache North Nyakundi Jafeth Mokaya. Kitutu Chache South Anthony Kibagendi. Kitutu Masaba Clive Ombane Gisairo. Konoin Brighton Leonard Yegon. Kureso North Mutahi Alfred Kibrono. Kureso South Please repeat. Can I repeat? Kureso is North Mutahi Alfred Kibrono. Thank you. Kureso South Joseph Kipkoske Tanui. Kuria East Maisori Marwa Kitayama Kemero. Kuria West Matthias Nyamabe Robi. Kwale Fatuma Hamisi Masito. Kwanza Ferdinand Kevin Wanyonyi. Lafe Abdirahman Mohamed Abdi. Lagdera Abdikadir Hussein Mohamed. Laikipia Jane Wangeshi Kagiri. Laikipia East Festus Mwangi Kionjori. Laikipia North Sarah Paulata Korere. Laikipia West Stephen Washira Karani. Laisamis Joseph Lekuton. Lamu Monica Mudhoni Marufu. Lamu East Ruwaida Mohamed Obo. Lamu West Mudhamas Stanley Moirori. Langata Felix Odiwor Kode. Lari Joseph Buruka Hangara. Likoni Mishi Juma Hamisi Mboko. Likuyani Innocent Maino Mugabe. Likuyani. Okay. Limuru John Keragu Chege. Okay. Loima Protas Ewesit Akuja. Luanda Dick Maungu Oyugi. Lugari, yeah, he did. Yeah, he said yes. Okay.
Okay.
So do we repeat? Yes. Dick Maungu Oyugi, Luanda. Okay. Nabii Nabwera Daraja, Lugari. Okay. Lunga Lunga, Mangale Munga Chiforomondo. Lurambi, Titus Hamala Mukwana. Maara, Jaffet, Lurambi, Titus Hamala Mukwana. Okay. Jaffet Miriti Kareke Mbuki, Maara. Kamene Joyce Machakos. Machakos Town, Caleb Mutiso Mule. Okay. Makadara, George Aladwa Omwera.
Yes, Aladwa.
Makwiny, Susan Ndunge Kiamba. Makwiny, Rose Museo Mumo. Malava, Moses Malulu Injendi. Malindi, Amina Laura Mnyazi. Mandera North, Bashir Sheikh Abdullahi.
Yes, we have.
Mandera, Sheikh Umulkhair Kasim. Mandera East, Hussein Waitan Muhammad Abdirahman. Okay. Mandera South, Abdul Ibrahim Haro. Mandera West, Adan Haji Yusuf. Manyata, John Gitonga Mwaniki Mukunji. Maragwa, Mary Wamaua Waidera Njoroge. Okay. Marakwet East, David Kangogo Bowen. Okay. Okay.
Order, members. Order. Member for Kisumu. Order. Order. Rosabuyu. Order. Wamaua vote. Call Wamaua.
Okay. I will move to Marakwet West. Timothy Kipchumba Toroitich. I will repeat, Timothy Kipchumba Toroitich.
Order, Rosabu, you are out of order. Order. Obawa, just sit down. Order.
Timothy Kipchumba Toroitich, Marakwet West. Marsabit, Wako Naomi Jilo. Okay, I repeat, Marakwet West.
Order, Lillian Kogo. Order, Lillian. Order, Lillian Kogo. Take your seat. Take your seat. Order. Go on.
Marakwet East, David Kangogo Bowen. Thank you. Marakwet West, Timothy Kipchumba Toroitich. Marsabit, Naomi Jilo Wako.
Order, Lillian Kogo. Order.
Masinga, Joshua Mbithi Mutua Malio.
Yes. Yes. One your vote yes.
Yes, iko pale.
Matayos Odanga Geoffrey Makoha. Madare Oluoch Anthony Tom. Madioya Gishuki Edwin Mugo.
Yes, Gishuki kwa hapo.
Madira Kahugu Eric Mwangi.
Eric Mwangi. Yes.
Yes.
Madioya Edwin Mugo Gishuki.
Madioya is there. Yes.
Okay. Madira Eric Mwangi Kahugu. Thank you. Matuga Kasim Sawa Tandaza. Matungu Peter Oscar Nabulindo. Matungulu Stephen Mutinda Mule. Mavoko Patrick Makao Kingola. Mbere North Geoffrey Kariuki Kiringa. Mbere South Bernard Muriuki Nebat. Mboni Nzioka Erastus Kevasu. Mboni Nzioka Erastus Kevasu. Okay. Meru Elizabeth Karambu Kailemia. Karambu Kailemia Meru. Migori Muhammad Fatuma Zainab. Mogotio Ruben Kiborek. Moiben Phyllis Chepkemo Barto. Molo Francis Kuria Kemani. Mombasa Zamzam Muhammad Chimba.
I vote yes.
Mosop Abraham Kipsang Kirwa. Moyale Guyo Wako Jalesa. Msambweni Salim Faisal Bader. Msambweni Salim Faisal Bader. Mount Elgon Fred Kapondi Chesebe. Muhoroni James Onyango Oyo. Mukurweini Kagusha John Philip Geshohi. Mumias East Peter Kalerwa Salasia. Mumias West Johnson Manya Naika. Muranga Betty Njeri Maina. Mvita Mohamed Sud Machele. Mwala Musau Vincent Musioka. Okay. Mwatate Peter Mbogo Shake. Mwea Mary Maingi. Mwingi Central Gideon Mutemi Muliungi. Mwingi North Paul Musimi Nzengu. Mwingi West Charles Ngusia Nguna. Nairobi City Esther Mudhoni Pasaris. Naivasha Jane Wanjiru Njeri Kihara. Nakuru Liza Chepkori Chelule. Nakuru Town East David Gikaria. Nakuru Town West Samuel Arama. Nambale Mulanya Geoffrey Ekesa. Nambale Mulanya Geoffrey Ekesa. Nandi Cynthia Chepkoske Muge. Nandi Hills Bernard Kibor Kitur. Narok Rebecca Nonaishi Tonke. Narok East Lemanken Aramat. Narok North Agnes Mantaine Pareyo. Narok South Olentutu Kitilai. Okay. Narok West Gabriel Koshal Tongoyo. Navaholo Emmanuel Wangwe. Ndaragwa George Gashagwa. Ndiwa Martin Peters Owino.
I vote yes.
Ndia George Masharia Kariuki. Njoro Charity Katambi Chepkwony. North Hor Ade Wario Guyo. North Imenti Rahim Dawood Abdul. North Mogrango Joash Nyamache Nyamoko. Nyakach Owor Joshua Aduma Owor. Nyakach. Nyali Muhammad Ali. Nyamira Jerusha Momanyi Mongina. Nyandarua Faith Waire Mogitau. Nyando Okelo Jared Odoyo. Jared Okelo Odoyo. Nyaribari Chache. Tayari amevote. Nyaribari Chache Janda Zahir. Nyaribari Masaba Daniel Ogwoka Manduku. Nyatike Tombo ya Odege. Nyeri Rahab Mokami Washira. Nyeri Town Duncan Maina Madenge. Oljororok Michael Mwangi Mushira. Olkalau David Juguna Kiaraho. Odaya Michael Wambogo Wainaina. Pokot South David Losiakao Kosi. Rabai Mupe Anthony Kenga. Rangwe Lilian Achiengogo. Rarieda Paul Rangwe Gogo Lilian Achieng. Thank you. Rarieda Paul Otienda Molo. Rongai Paul Kibet Chebor. Rongo Paul Abuor. Roy Sambu. Okay. Roy Sambu Agustin Kamande Muafrika.
This way.
Ruaraka Francis Kajwang Tom Joseph. Yes. Roido Kengara Simon Nganga. Runyenjes Eric Muchangi Njiru Karemba. Sabatia Sloya Clement Logova. Saboti Kaleba Misiluyai. Saku Dido Ali Raso. Samburu Pauline Lenguris. Samburu East Jackson Lekumontare Lentoijoni. Samburu North Dominic Eli Letipila. Samburu West Josephine Naisula Lesuda. Seme James Wamburanyikal. Shinyalu Frederick Lusuli Ikana. Siaya Christine Ombako Dwor. Sigor Peter Lochakapong. Sigowet Soin Justice Kipsang Kemei. Sirisia John Walukekoi. Sotik Francis Kipiegon Arab Sige. Saudi Menti Dr. Shadrach Mwiti Idenji. South Mogirangos Silvanas Osoro Nyego. Soy David Kiplagat. Starehe Mwago Amos Maina. Suba North Millie Grace Akoto Diambo. Suba South Karoli Omondi. Subukia Samuel Kinuthia Gashobe. Suna East Muhammad Junet Sheikh Nu. Suna West Peter Francis Masara. Okay. Taita Taveta Lydia Haika Mnene Mizige. Okay. Tana River Amina Dika Abdullahi. Tarbaj Hussein Abdi Bare. Taveta John Okano Bwire. Teso North Edward Kaunya Oku. Yes. Teso South Mary Emase Otucho. Tetu Geoffrey Wandeto Mwangi. Tharaka George Getonga Murugara. Tharakanithi Susan Ngugenduyo. Thika Town Alice Wamboi Nganga. Tiati William Kamket Kasait. Tigania East Lawrence Puruaburi. Tigania West John Kanywidia Mutunga. Tinderet Julius Melik Biwot. Tongaren John Murumba Chikati. Trans-Nzoia Lillian Chebet Siyoy. Tarbo Janet Chepkemboy Sitiene. Turkana Cecilia Asinyen Nyetit. Turkana Central Joseph Namuar Emathe. Turkana East Nicholas Ngikor Ngikolong. Turkana North Paul Ekwom Nabuin. Turkana South John Ariko Namoit. Turkana West Daniel Epuyo Nanok. Wasingishu Gladys Chepkoske Boss. Ugenya David Omochieng. Uriri Mark Ogola Nyamita. Vihiga Kevai Ernest Ogesi Kagesi. Vihiga Beatrice Kahai Adagala. Voi Hamis Chome Abdi. Wajir Fatuma Abdi Jeho. Wajir East Aden Daudi Mohammed. Wajir North Ibrahim Abdi Sane. Sane. Wajir South Mohammed Aden Ado. Wajir West Yusuf Mohammed Farah. Webuye East Martin Pepela Wanyonyi. Webuye West Daniel Wanyamasitati. Daniel Wanyamasitati. West Mogrango Stephen Mogaka. West Pokot Rael Chepkemoe Kasiwai. Westlands Timothy Wanyonyi Wetangula. Wundanyi Danson Mwashako Makuona. Yata Robert Ngui Basil. Ali Abdisirat Khalif. Sabina Wanjiru Chege. Joseph Hamis Sidena. Suleka Hulbale Harun. Dorothy Mudoni Ikiara. Jackson Kipkemoe Koske. Jackson Kipkemoe Koske. Irene Nyakerario Mayaka, Umulher Harun Muhammad, Teresia Wanjiro Mwangi, Abubakar Ahmed Talib, Mara. Yeah.
Yes, I'm a bigger, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And Mara.
Mara, Jafet Miriti Kareke Mbuki. Okay, we are done.
Order, members. Is there any member who has order, Kiborek? Order. Is there any member who has not had his or her name? Honorable members, is there any member?
Yes.
Yes. Joseph Wainaina Iraya. $340. Joseph Hamisi Dana.
There is a member at the back there, the nominated member.
No, he's voted.
Okay. Honorable members, honorable members, is there any member who has not been called out on the roll call? No member.
Could the Honorable Member for Loima, Honorable Protas Ewesit Akuja, come to the front, please? Thank you.
Good afternoon. The members of parliament have been voting for the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki to fill the vacancy in the Deputy President's office. This voting by roll call was necessitated by the failure of the electronic system, and that roll call has been taken and tallying of the votes is currently underway. So in a couple of moments we will get the result of the exercise that has been taking place, but just to familiarize with the standing orders on voting and divisions. Standing Order 73, roll call voting. When the Speaker directs a roll call voting to be taken, the division bell shall be rung for 10 minutes. The names of one teller for the ayes and one teller for the nays shall be submitted to the Speaker, and the Speaker shall direct the tellers to take seats at a designated place, which we saw a couple of minutes ago. At the end of 10 minutes, the Speaker shall direct the doors to be locked and the bar drawn, and no member shall thereafter enter or leave the House until the roll call vote has been taken. When the doors have been locked and the bar drawn and the names of the tellers have been announced, the Speaker shall put the question again and direct the clerk to call out the names of members in alphabetical order in the presence of the tellers. When called out, each member shall thereupon rise in his or her place and declare assent or dissent to the question in the following manner: I vote yes, or I vote no, or I abstain, or use appropriate Kenya Sign Language. That is according to Standing Order 73 of the National Assembly. After the clerk has read the last name in the division list, the tellers shall present the result of the roll call vote to the Speaker, who shall thereupon announce the result of the vote to the House. So we are waiting for that process to conclude. On your screen, you can see there's that activity taking place. The tellers are standing to the left of the screen. Just in front of the Speaker is the Member of Parliament for Endebess, Honorable Dr. Robert Bukose, and the Member of Parliament for Ndiwa constituency there on your screen, Honorable Owino, who is also a teller, and they are being assisted by the clerks. Standing Order 71 of the National Assembly talks about technical failure, confusion or error occurring, which we did see some minutes ago. In the event of a technical failure, confusion or error occurring in the course of voting, which in the opinion of the Speaker cannot otherwise be corrected, the Speaker may direct the House to another round of electronic voting or proceed to a roll call voting. And all that we have seen today during this historic exercise for the National Assembly, where they are considering the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy in the Deputy President's office. The professor currently serves as the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, a role he has held since October 2022. But there was a brief moment between July 11th, 2024 and August 8th, 2024, when His Excellency the President dissolved his cabinet. But the former senator for Tharaka Nithi County was reappointed to the very docket that he had served and is currently serving the country in that capacity as the Cabinet Secretary for Interior. We will see the decision that is taken by the National Assembly this afternoon.
Order, honorable members, order. Members, take your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats. Jane Kagiri, take your seats. Take your seats, members. Karemba, take your seats. Ruku. Take your seats. Take your seats. Tell us, go to the bar. Tell us, approach the dispatch table now. Who is your team leader, Bukose?
Honorable Speaker, on the voting, abstentions 0, nays 0, ayes 236.
You have signed to the order, honorable members. Order. Order. Who is that member? Hillary, take your seat. Honorable members, the vote on the nomination of Professor KITHURE Kindiki to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya is as follows. Abstentions, nil. Noes, nil. Ayes, 236. Present and voting, as we had advised you earlier, the vote is overwhelmingly yes. So the nomination is herewith declared passed by the House, and the Speaker will transmit the results to the President, and the Speaker will also sign a Gazette notice to this effect, that the nominee for Deputy President has been duly voted by the House and approved. Approval is not applicable here. Has been voted by the House and therefore will transmit to the appointing authority to proceed with the appointment. Is now Deputy President-elect. Members, having finished on the issue of the Deputy President-elect, it is now 1:54 p.m. and the House will adjourn until this afternoon at 2:30. Order. If you wanted to break now, the majority leader would have approached the chair.
You've been watching the proceedings in the National Assembly, where the House has voted for the nominee to fill the position of Deputy President, and that is Professor KITHURE Kindiki. That message will be transmitted to the President, and the Speaker of the National Assembly will gazette the decision of the National Assembly this afternoon. As things stand, Professor KITHURE Kindiki is the Deputy President-elect. This broadcast has been brought to you by the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit in conjunction with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. My name is Edward Kabasa. Good afternoon.